Welcome, Cancer. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot getting ready to do your full moon in Aries reading, the Fierce Hunter Moon, titled so because not only is this a traditional hunter's moon, the fall is coming up, uh, but the intensity of the planets, it feels like a fierce energy for most of us. We know what we want and we want it now. So that's a little bit of the context. This is a general reading. It's not going to resonate for all of you. If you're interested in a personal reading, the information for that is in the description box below, detailing a few different readings that I offer. I'm so glad to be here, and I'm glad that you're here. I appreciate all the ways that you support me, so thank you in advance for that. Let's get started, Cancer, with your overall energy for this full moon, the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is your practical, loving, nurturing, detailed, attentive self. This is you putting some real discipline into achieving, accomplishing something, being productive in general, and actually enjoying the process of doing so. The Queen of Pentacles enjoys, loves her craft or crafts, all of the things that are done with a devotion to the care of others, self-devotion, self-healing, grounding, the firmness and taking care of the bills, making sure healthy food is on the table, um, uh, being exercising every day, being kind to your colleagues and coworkers, all of the things that fuel and support a community. The Queen of Pentacles sees herself, themselves within that community, within a place where their energies are consumed with the caretaking that is the normal part of living, surviving well. In the 10th house, the house of your social identity and the way others see you, the Hierophant. Interesting. These two uh, show you to be a teacher of sorts. You are, if not a precise teacher, you are showing others a way. You are modeling best practices for others. You're doing it in a way that the Queen of Pentacles would do that, but your ultimate goal is to support others to follow the path you followed, to become productive, to enjoy the natural rhythms of the season, the attunement to others with whom you work. It's important that what you've learned is shared with others, understanding that this can be a role that may feel sometimes like it is subordinate or behind the throne, but is actually the core of a vital community, any team, any group. In the first house, wow, we have the Tower card. Cancer. This is describing a little bit of the way in which your social identity is being changed. You are either rejecting something that you once felt was part of the norm, or you are something is not working out in the way that you thought it would work out. Uh, but I do feel you here actually asserting a new vision of independence. This is not necessarily running away from home or anything like that, but this is you intuitively speaking out in a way that is impacting the possibility of others to understand the import of changes that are going on around them. That was a mouthful, but particularly for those of you in positions of showing others, teaching others, sharing skills with others, you are in a position of because you understand some of the implications of changes that you're experiencing. This can be changes in your organization, your job, your community, your home, your neighborhood. You're helping others. You're sharing that with others and helping others to explain these changes. You can actually be using this time of perhaps unpredictable change, disruptive change, to put forward a new idea that ultimately supports the community, organizes the community or your job in a way that basic needs continue to be cared for while you adjust to the new implications of the way things are going to be done or can be done in a new way. In the fourth house, the house of your home, your family, your roots, the Page of Wands. This is feeling like an incredible liberation for you, Cancer. The sudden change stacked on top of these really organic skills that you have, and being a part of a community, being a supportive part, being a kind of leader or a resource onto yourself for any community, family, or team effort. Your enthusiasm about the possibility of the change is so helpful to others who are frozen, who are frightened, who are unsure or overwhelmed by these changes. You have so much faith that these changes are for the good, for the best, for the better. You are um, you're articulating them in a way that motivates others behind the positive impact of changes. So you know exactly what to do, but you're doing it in a way that does not imply authority or leadership. In other words, there's a gentleness to you. There's something of a sense of wonderment or awe that is emerging from you that uh, uh, destigmatizes the chaos that some of you may be feeling as well, or some of the people that are around you are feeling. So that your innocence, your natural optimism, your positive approach is what people are actually inspired by and following at this time. This also is referring to some connection in your family, you being able to connect with younger members of your family, depending on where you are in the generation. You're somehow inspiring them or being inspired by them. So, this is a beautiful connection that may be surprising out of this time. In the seventh house, the house of your significant others, we have the Three of Pentacles. So, yes, I see you pooling together with your coworkers, colleagues, or um, uh, significant friendships, partners to work on something together. So, I see you really being focused on improving the quality of something that you've created in the past. Perhaps it's uh, as a way of almost retrofitting your services or products to the new changes that you're experiencing. So this feels like an upgrading that you're working on, so that what you have to offer, what you uh, um, is being improved upon, elevated, so that it has more usefulness to more people. And this is has no relation to a former sense of hierarchy or pecking order or chain of command. This is people spontaneously coming together, recognizing the strengths of one another and working together to solve problems, to create something on that basis. I hope this reading is resonating for you, Cancer. So please like this video, please share this with others, and Please subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot, and I've pulled the Perseverance card. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. Well, this is certainly a spunky energy that I'm feeling for you, Cancer. This is absolutely the kind of fierceness that I am feeling is a part of our experience of the new moon. We know what we want. We can figure out what we want in a heartbeat. And the recognition of all the tools necessary are already present for us in order to be able to move productively and successfully forward, perhaps out of a time of disaster. In the first house, the Tower card is clarified by the Eight of Pentacles. So, whatever this change is that you're experiencing, you are working with diligence, with a sense of discipline, a consolidated work ethic to not only improve yourself, but to improve the conditions that you find yourself in, so that you are immediately moving to remedy any gaps or um, failings of service that may exist as the result of a breakdown, uh, a disruptive change, so that you're really reinforcing that you have the tools, you have the know how to remedy that, to fill in the gaps, to begin to put together things in a way that will allow you to maintain your focus on surviving, putting one foot in front of the other, moving forward, despite this huge change that you may be scrambling from in many ways. This is actually the beauty of the Eight of Pentacles, is that you understand that the more whole you are, the better prepared you are to step in a way that brings assistance and support to others. So the Page of Wands in the fourth house is clarified by the Sun card. And the Sun card is interesting. I almost feel like you're finding your purpose out of this, what could be a disaster, what could be simply a dramatic change in circumstances. But you are understanding how what assistance you can be to others who do not see this change as something that they can get excited about. It's something that brings up a lot of fear, and you, on the other hand, are able to assist um, in a way that restores joy, togetherness, a sense of liberation from norms, so that you are actually reminding everyone involved of what an opportunity is available in this dramatic change. And you're also feeling a sense of your own personal freedom here, being cut loose from uh, um, the structures of your mundane life, so that you can actually operate from this place of joy, enthusiasm, excitement. Seeing the fun in it is absolutely restorative to those who are perhaps facing real life threatening experiences, or are just terrified of the change for whatever reason. In the seventh house, the Three of Pentacles is clarified by the Six of Swords. The solution, the personal solution you may be finding, may be a moving on. This change may be providing the vision you need to move on to a new environment. You may recognize that this change signals the end of your participation at a certain location within a certain family or organization, whatever your circumstances describe. But this is saying you're ready to move on. You're ready to move forward. You kind of understand the opportunity that you've been given here, and you are using that to think beyond, to move beyond, in whatever way that means to you or your circumstances. And the Hierophant in the 10th house is clarified by the 10 of Pentacles. This is such an interesting reading to me. There's something about your having recognized it's almost like the end of an era that you're experiencing. You may have recognized, despite the changes required, momentous changes that you're experiencing, that it's time to move to a new level, a new environment, to step up. Something here is reminding you of all the advantages you've had and your ability now to share those with others. Somehow, from this experience, you're coalescing a sense of your legacy, identifying what it is that you really have to give to others, to give to your community, that is empowering. And that is key to your ability to recognize the liberation that exists for you in this dramatic change, this disruption that you're experiencing. So there is a sense here where you are feeling a sense of paying it forward, uh, providing for those, some charitable acts, or creating an opportunity for others to find the resources they need to survive, to move on, to move forward. And that this is something that comes uniquely out of your familial or your ancestral heritage, something you recognize that you've been able to experience as a result of the work of others in the past. I'm going to finish up this reading, Cancer, with a Yogic Path Oracle, and hope that this reading has been somewhat inspiring to you. And I've pulled Shiva. I haven't pulled this in a while. And Shiva is the god of destruction and rebirth. You're truly on a yogic path. Shiva is referred to as Adiyogi, the first yogi ever. He attained enlightenment and abandoned himself in an ecstatic dance atop the Himalayas. When his ecstasy went beyond movement, he became utterly still. People could not understand his switch between ecstatic movement and stillness and thought him mad. However, 7 students wanted to learn how he was moving past physical limitations. This is how he began teaching yoga. Shiva planted the seed of yoga into the human mind. Pulling Shiva represents moving past the limitations from your society, body, mind, or ego. It represents doing the inner work to evolve. It's also a call to service, to teach others your wisdom so that they too can become liberated. I am incredibly moved, Cancer. Thank you so much for this reading. Until next time, namaste.